Hi everybody. So I walk about 6 kilometers every day unless the weather is just too terrible to walk in, big rain or something like that. It's pretty cold today, probably around zero, a little below, snow on the ground as you can see. The buildings you see behind me there, that's the Sechenyi University, which is just a few minutes walk from my house. We're going to walk through there, and then from there we're going on into, there's like a national forest just a few more minutes walk from here. I go in there every day and do most of my walking, so I thought I'd take you along with me today. So here we go. Hope you enjoy it. You see there, Sechenyi Edutem, which is Edutem is just another word for university. It's a nice one too. It's not the best one in Hungary, but it's pretty nice and pretty modern. A lot of kids here. So I thought it'd take a minute here. So we're kind of on the back side of the campus of the university now, starting to leave the campus and head on into the national park area. You can see that hill right there. It's not really a hill, that's a levee. There's a river. The Moshoni Duna River is on the other side of that levee. You got a couple of rivers that meet up here. One called the Rob and one called the Robza. And they join together to make this Moshoni Duna, which flows into the Danube just a few miles east of here. But I've been told that over the many years, flooding has wiped out this town several times. So finally, I guess 100 years ago or so, they put in a system of levees to protect. And they've also got a lagoon. If you can see over there, just right over there, there's a lagoon. It's like an overflow. There's several of those. They can control the water flow, move it into those lagoons if the river gets high to prevent the flooding. There's a nice park area here. A lot of people come here in the summertime. They have a lot of events here. People bring their kids to play, dogs walking, people swimming in the lagoon up there. It's always got water in it. I've even seen people swimming in it lately when it was around freezing out here, which is amazing to me, but yeah, I'm not into that. But what you'll see as we move into as we start into the forest here, and there's where the national park starts. I mean, the national forest starts right here. We'll walk up this road and then go inside, but you'll see what we'll be walking along is actually the top of one of the levees that they've built in there, and it gives you a good view down into the forest and you can see what's going on. Sometimes we see deer. I've seen signs of wild pigs in here, but never actually seen a pig itself. There were a lot of signs early last spring where they were digging up the ground and stuff, and then I saw some like professional hunters come in here a couple of times. I'm in here every day, so I know everything that goes on, but I saw some professional hunters come in here, and I guess they took care of the wild pig problem, so I haven't seen any signs of those lately, but I do still see deer in here quite often. So it's a beautiful place. Good place to come walk. A lot of people come in here jogging, walking, bring their pets. And there's another good shot of the lagoon I was telling you about. The park goes pretty far down that way on this side. The food stand down there, bathrooms. It's nice. They've done a good job with this. You can see right here in front of us, that's some of the piping they use to control the water flow. If there's a problem with flooding or whatever, they can divert water into this lagoon from there if the river gets too high. There's a lot of trails inside the national forest. Some of them you can come in here with a car and drive on them. Others are closed off for foot traffic or bicycle traffic only. A lot of people fish there in the lagoon, so some of the fishermen, they'll drive their cars up to the other side of the lagoon sometimes and park up there and fish. You know, some of my friends told me here, some years ago I kept asking about game wardens, and they didn't really understand the concept of a game warden like we have in the United States. And I was particularly asking about fishing, and like everything else here, it's pretty hard to do. You got to have all these special permissions. You got to take classes, and for example, to get a fishing license, you got to know every kind of fish in the water, how many you can catch, on and on and on, and pass a test for that before they'll even give you a license. So, and it's all in Hungarian. And it took me 2 years to get my driver's license, so I don't think I want to try for a fishing license. But anyway, I do get a hunting license from time to time and get to hunt some, but it's not really as difficult as fishing. But anyway, back to the game warden. I was walking here back in the summer, and I saw a green truck with an official emblem on the side of it, pretty much what our game wardens look like in the U.S. And there were some people fishing there. A man pulled up in the truck, got out with a badge and a uniform on, and went over and started talking to them about their fish. So they do have game wardens here, regardless of what the misunderstanding people had with me when I asked the question about it. So you do have to, they have strict laws about hunting and fishing. You better make sure you comply, because they don't play around if they catch you doing the wrong thing. But the leaves were still pretty heavy on the trees until just a couple of weeks ago. We had the weather in the fall was really, really mild, and so the leaves stayed for a long time. And then last week we got some really heavy frost a couple of nights, and finally, and then some wind too, and it finally knocked all the leaves down. So now you can kind of see what's going on. It's pretty forest. It's not that big. I don't know. It's probably, they don't measure land in acres like we do. They measure in hectares, but I would say this, at least this part of the forest here that I know about, it's probably, I'd say 500 acres or so. It's not huge, but it's enough. It's nice. And I don't know how it works. It's a national forest, but I'll show you when we go up here a little further. There's actually some deer stands set up, like shooting houses set up, so somebody gets to hunt in here. I'm not exactly sure how that works or who can. I've never seen anybody in them. Like I told you, I saw the professional hunters come in here to take care of the wild pig problem, but I don't know. I've never seen anybody hunting in those shooting houses, but they're on a power line up here. I'll show you when we get there. We're at a crossroads right here. We'll probably come back out that way right there. We'll make a loop around, but this one goes over to like another little park over there where you can have cookouts and have I don't know what you call it. We call it like a ropes course. They call it a Kaland park, where you got these cables and things in the trees. That road there goes back down the lagoon. I usually don't walk in there because it gets really wet down there by the water, especially if there's been a lot of rain, a lot of snow like we've had lately. But I may go back that way just for the video's sake when I come out of here. So, a lot of really big old trees in here. Some of these trees, I don't know, I look at them sometimes and just wonder. These aren't the biggest ones right here, and you can tell a lot of these trees have been planted because they're in rows, but there's other places in here with some really big old trees, and I just wonder how old those things are sometimes when I walk by them. I'll show you those soon. We'll go into that part of the forest before we get out of here. So this area right here is one of the areas they have set up as a picnic place. It's pretty nice. You can drive. You can see that sign back there behind that little building. That means you can't go there in the car, but you can drive up to this point right here. You see the track. Somebody's been in here this morning already, but yeah, it's set up pretty nicely. Got some tables in here where you can eat. I see there's a YouTube creator that comes in here and does videos occasionally. He reviews outdoor gear. He comes in here and sets up on these tables and Maybe builds a fire there, one of the fire pits, and it's really nice. There's, in case the weather gets bad, somewhere you can go inside there. And yeah, that sign means this is as far as you can go in the car, unless you're the police or something like that. And also this area right here, right back there at the little picnic area we were looking at, there's like a nature trail. This is part of it too. You just it's just a short loop. You see they've got these signs and markers set up so that it tells you different things about plants and animals and all sorts of stuff you can find here. That one's about some kind of flower. And this is where some of those really big old trees we start seeing. You can see those up in front of us up there. Really big old trees. But in the summertime, you see a lot of families coming here and they'll bring the kids and walk this nature trail and teach the kids some things about the forest, what the different plants and animals and insects and all those things are. There's another one about flowers. Big trees here. You see some of these trees have got a pink mark on them, like that one right there does. And I assume those trees are kind of leaning over the road and they look like they're in pretty bad condition. Here's a couple more up here. I assume they've got those marked to cut, but they've been marked for a while and nobody's cut them. Maybe they're waiting until now in the winter to come in and cut them and clean them up before they fall across the road. But you do get quite a few trees and limbs and things falling across these walking paths in here, and they do a really good job of keeping it cleaned up too. They don't stay there long. They may stay there a day or two maximum, and then they have a crew coming here clean that. This is my favorite marker on the nature trail. I call him Dracula. He's a bat, if you see. I've never seen one in here, but I'm sure there are, which I don't come in here at night very often. It's usually pretty early morning like it is now when I come through here. It's a nice place. Set up for families coming in. You know, thing about it, I never really thought about it. So everywhere I've lived since I've been here, we've had like a backyard or something, you know, where you can get out and be outside and, you know, whatever, cook out, do all that stuff. But a big majority of, well, I wouldn't say majority, but a big number of the people in this city, it's about 140,000 people, I think, approximately, just in this city. But there's a lot of little small apartments here that a lot of the people live in, and they don't have a backyard or any place for the kids to go out and play and get out and walk around, you know, on the grass or whatever. So I had a friend, I was talking to him a while back, and I asked him if he ever came here. He said, sure, it was the only way we could get outdoors. We lived in one of those small apartments, and we couldn't enjoy the outdoors at all there. So a lot of people come here so they have a place they can get out and walk and be in the outdoors and bring the kids, animals, dogs. I usually see, this is a place where I see a lot of the deer at. They like that those thick planted trees right there. I see them cross here a lot of times when I come through. There's another little, these signs you see here that say Ödem Futash. That means it's like a joy run. So they have, that's another thing they do in here. They have foot races and marathons. See, there's a 5-kilometer trail and there's a 10-kilometer trail. They do a lot of that in here. Here's another picnic area set up. Fire pits, tables. Just tell me how to get out of here. And we're still on the nature trail. spent more time in the USA, I spent a lot of time in outdoors, hunting, that sort of thing. You know, the forest here, I mean, if you didn't know where you were, I would think I was back in Alabama or Georgia or somewhere. The trees are very similar. It's really thick. In the summertime, really thick undergrowth. It's really hard to walk through there. And, it's very similar. Flat land, a lot of water, some mushrooms. And this is the beginning of the nature trail right here. So what you can do is you can go in right here. It just kind of makes a little loop. I don't know. It's probably you probably walk a quarter of a mile, not that much. Make a little loop out there, and then you come back around to where we are right now. Yeah, there's the beginning of it. Kind of shows you everyday tennis vein, which I think that means the forest teaching trail or something like that, where you can go in there and look at those things and learn about the forest. The other thing they've got in here for the people who do that sort of thing, occasionally you'll come up on pull-up bars. Here's some push-up bars here where you can stop and exercise for a while there. And there's some more of those set up down through here too. See these trees? Look at these trees right here. Huge. Huge. And if you look way down there, you'll see right there, that's one of those shooting houses I was telling you about that you can actually hunt from. But I've never seen anybody in one of them. I think there's another one. I think there was another one here on the right side. I don't see it out there. Oh, maybe they moved that one. I don't know. That tree. It's a big one. Old. So here we're coming up on the. This is the largest of the picnic areas in the national forest here. A lot of people here on the weekends, especially, bring their families, cooking, having fun here. Set up pretty nicely. And right over there, you see the sign. That's the what they call a Kalan Park, or what we would call like a ropes course or something. They got the cable stretched between the trees, and you get up there and tie yourself off and balance and walk around those ropes and stuff. See a lot of people there on the weekends during nice weather. It's not nearly as crowded this time of year, but still, occasionally you do. And that road you see up there where it turns left right there at the Collin Park, it goes right back out to the levee up there where we started. So here we're coming up, this is the largest of the picnic areas in the national forest here. A lot of people here on the weekends, especially, bring their families, cooking, having fun here. Set up pretty nicely. And right over there, you see the sign. That's the what they call a Kalan Park, or what we would call like a ropes course or something. They got the cable stretched between the trees, and you get up there and tie yourself off and balance and walk around those ropes and stuff. See a lot of people there on the weekends during nice weather. It's not nearly as crowded this time of year, but still, occasionally you do. And that road you see up there where it turns left right there at the Collin Park, it goes right back out to the levee up there where we started. So this is the road or a path I was talking about near the beginning that this leads back down to the lagoon. And like, as I said before, this side of it is National Park, and you can see on the other side over there, there are houses. See, that's what I was talking about. It gets really hard to get through here this time of year. Be careful. So it opens up a little bit right here so you can see a little better. There's a university over there. That's kind of where we started at, right over there, on the other side, behind those trees. I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of covered, but right above the blue dock, there's a tall tree just to the left of it here. And if you look through those trees right there, you see a big water tower. That thing is made out of concrete. I don't know how old it is, but it's old. And my house, where I live, is just, I don't know, just maybe 200 yards over to the north side of it there. So that kind of shows you how far away from home I am here. But the problem is you can't just go across there. I got to walk all the way around this lagoon, back down there where we came in at. And that'll get us out here. But, yeah, it's a pretty nice day. A little overcast, a little bit cold, but some snow on the ground. Pretty. So here we are back about where we started. See behind me, I didn't show you this. I'm standing on top of the big levee that I pointed out to you when we came in. That's actually the river itself back there, the Moshoni Duna that I told you about, the one that floods. And of course the lagoon's in front of me here on the other side. But yeah, so I think that's all for this video. Thanks for coming along. Try to do something else again soon. Bye.